Hey guys, welcome to my coffee talk. So this coffee talk is gonna be a little bit different. I'm shooting on my iPhone and I also am very short on time, so I'm taking this to my hair appointment. Right now I'm in the car. I have arrived to the hair appointment, but I just wanted to do the intro here. And if you guys have been following me on Instagram, then you have seen the post from this morning where I shared with you that I have fully recovered from the flu that I had on Friday. Friday was the worst day of the flu. I thought I was dying. I really felt horrible. But then on Saturday, I felt already so much better and I was, moving around and, I was totally fine. Sunday, no problem. I was just lazy. And then today I did a workout for the Z Gym. You're gonna see the workout, or you're gonna hopefully do the workout with me tomorrow. It's gonna be the 8-minute Tabata workout. But anyways, just life is just happening way too fast to me right now. So I'm trying to cram everything together and do my vlog this way. You guys, I'm actually really curious about shooting my vlogs or coffee talks on the iPhone. You tell me if you're watching these videos on iPhone or your laptop. I really want to know how many of you are using smartphones, because this would be so much easier for me. And I'm shooting vertically right now, not horizontally. So if you are watching on your iPhone, you have that little, in the bottom corner you have that little icon that you can click, and on your iPhone you will see me the way I see myself right now, which means like it's the full picture, it doesn't have those stupid bars on the sides. But if you are watching on laptop, you're gonna have those bars on the sides and it's gonna look weird. But I want to know how many of you are watching on smartphones, because this would be so much easier for me and I wouldn't have to wait for any special moments to shoot my videos and setting up my camera and things like that. Just using my iPhone is so much better. Also guys, in the post in the morning I have mentioned what a victory it was for me to go through the flu so fast and recover so fast from it. It's because as a kid I was constantly sick, always sick. As a teenager I was constantly sick. Then in my early 20s, constantly sick. Then I started working out, about 11 years ago I started working on a regular basis. It got way better, but I still would get sick like once a year, twice a year. And when I got sick, it would take like a week. I would get this horrible cold sore on my nose. I've been getting those since I was like 10 years old. And it's really painful and it's horrible and it takes a long time to heal. And Jesse have seen my cold sore. That must have been scary for him. That's when we first started dating. It's like, what the hell is that? So he knows that I get it every time I get like a flu, like a sick, and my nose is running. I get these cold sores, but I haven't had it for the past 2 years. I haven't been sick for the past 2 years. This was my only sickness and no cold sore. I got over it in like within 2 days and it was gone. And I know for a fact that it's because my lifestyle. I have changed my lifestyle over the past, 10 years so much, so drastically. It's like I exercise every day. That's very important. I have changed my diet. I eat way more healthier than even I did 5 years ago, because I'm constantly, learning new things. And every time I learn something new, I implement it into my own diet, and then that's helping me so much, Anyways, I just got a message from Chloe, from my hairstylist, that if I'm coming, because I'm a little bit late. So we're going to continue about health and nutrition and all that stuff, about functional medicine very, very soon. Now, let's go meet Chloe. What is the name of your salon?
Pretty Bitches by Chloe.
She pretty.
And a little bitchy. Not really.
You guys, this is Chloe. She's my hairstylist, and she's been hairstylist for many celebrities. And because you are health freaks like me, then you might know her through Jillian Michaels. She has appeared in her reality show, and she's been her hairstylist for many, many years. So But if you come here to Pretty Bitches, she's gonna make you feel like a celebrity. I always feel like a celebrity.
Well, you kind of are, and also you make my job really easy because you're so beautiful. And we got really good lighting at this window too, which is like self-lighting.
Yes, we do. Yeah. Check this out. With a window like this, anybody can be pretty. So, what are you gonna do to me today?
We are gonna do highlights and kind of get these roots gone and put a little extra pop in the front, right up in here, and give you a fresh new cut because it's been I think it's been at least 2 months.
It's been longer than that.
Has it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It got really long actually.
Really long.
We're gonna hook you up, girl.
Yeah. So I got new color, more blonde, some layers into it. It looked way better last night right after Chloe blow dry it. I already slept on it, so it is what it is. It took us 5 hours to get this done. And it's because when I go there, we talk a lot. So it turns into hairstyling / therapy session. And you know how it is. 2 girls get together that haven't seen each other in a long time. It takes a long time. So anyways, you guys have been asking me what diet I am on right now, how do I eat, things like that, because I have just recently released a plant-based meal plan. And right now I'm on keto detox diet actually, because as much as I have enjoyed certain elements about the plant-based meal plan, about plant-based eating, however, I am not doing, my body doesn't like high carb diet, and the plant-based meal plan was a high carb diet, even though I was only eating smart carbs, you know, things like that, but my body just doesn't do best. It was okay, and it's probably better diet than the SAD diet, which is the standard American diet. So if you're currently on standard American diet, switching to the plant-based diet, even though it's high carb, you're still gonna do way better, 100% better. But if you're somebody like me who's really sensitive to carbs and just does better on a high-fat diet, then it might be challenging, and it was challenging for me, but I really loved those intermittent fast days when I was doing the green smoothie detox days. I loved those. That really made up for everything, kind of. And I have really had to, the training was really important, being on the diet for me, to kind of utilize the energy from the carbs. So if you're somebody you guys have been asking me, should I start this meal plan? Would you recommend it for me? I do really good on the low carb meal plan. And I say you have to just make sure that you really have to stick to your training program and do not skip those intermittent fast days. Do those intermittent fast days. Do those green smoothie detox days, because that's going to help you a lot. Now, I don't feel after this meal plan, after eating plant-based, like I said, I feel like certain benefits from it for sure. I think cutting down on me not eating meat as much is better for us, and cutting down on dairy especially, it's really good. But I'm not in my top shape. I'm not on the top of the things, and actually there are some people who even noticed. There's this person who commented on my website. I posted something, I don't know if it was video or picture or something, and they said, you don't look as good or whatever, when it was good or healthy, whatever. And the girls in the Z gym just ripped into him. It's like, you're so rude, you should never say that. I didn't say anything because I'm thinking, maybe people notice. Like, I am noticing that I'm not on top of my game exactly, So I was like, oh, maybe there's a little bit of truth in there. So I didn't comment on it. But I definitely feel like my energy levels were not as good as I would like them to be. And again, like when you're somebody who's in shape and who's been in shape for a long time, then you notice little things. You're really connected with your body. I'm really connected with my body, and I notice even the smallest things. I notice even the smallest differences. So, like I said, it's not like if you're somebody who wants to start eating healthy, going on high carb with like the smart carbs, smart high carb plant-based diet is gonna help you tremendously. You're gonna probably lose weight and you're gonna feel amazing and all that stuff. If you're somebody who's in really good shape, then you're gonna notice, because you're gonna be really sensitive, and you will find out which diet is really good for you. You're sensitive to foods, like you can immediately tell which foods are better for you, which foods are not doing you as well. So like I said, I'm very sensitive, and I do notice that I do very well on low carb, high fat diets. That's just my bio individual makeup. Let's not forget about that. Your bio individuality is very important. So for me, it might be like I do better on low carb diets, but it may not be the same for you. We're all individuals, and that's actually something that functional medicine is teaching us about. And it's funny, because I was just the other day I was listening to this really great podcast with Dr. Mark Hyman, who is the director of Cleveland's Clinic Center of Functional Medicine. And he talks about the bio-individuality, how important it is, and how important it is to take care of our body as a whole, and how much it is connected, like our mind, our body is so connected, we cannot separate those two anymore. And like whatever we put into our body is going to reflect on our mind, on our mood and everything. And whatever we do for our mood, like whatever stresses we have, whatever thoughts we have, all that stuff, that's going to also reflect on our body. It's like a circle, and you cannot separate those. So now in the Center of Functional Medicine, they are actually taking a very individual approach to every single person, which is so important, because they do recognize that we are all individuals, and we need to they realize they need to spend more time with each patient and actually talk to them, talk about their life, because everything affects you, your environment, your relationships, your career, your work, the way you're creative, if you're fulfilled, things like that. They actually now recognize how important these things are as well on our health. And then, of course, they take a very individual approach towards your diet, the way you should be eating. Because don't forget that one person's food is another person's poison, So I just think it's really interesting. My heart really tells me that this is exactly what needs to change in our in the medical system. It's a paradigm that needs to change, because and it changes really slowly, and I get it. It's not easy to change something that's been so rooted and ingrained for so many years, the way they teach medicine in schools. It's not so easy to flip a switch and change everything overnight. It's going to take time, but it's really good there are people like Dr. Hyman, which you can follow. I'm going to post the link below this video so you can see what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about, that actually are pushing for the change, pushing for the more positive change towards like more holistic approach to health. One interesting thing that he talks about is that our body is like a farm, that our gut bacteria is like a soil, and you have to treat the soil. If you want your crops to be healthy, then your soil has to be nourished, because if your soil is depleted, then no matter what you do with the plants, you're gonna keep growing sick plants, sick crops. So this is how he compares it to our body, because if you're treating, let's say you have diabetes, and you're just treating diabetes symptoms and not the gut flora, then you can treat the symptoms, but your gut is gonna keep producing new diseases. Your soil is gonna keep producing sick plants. So the functional medicine is all about getting to the root of things and creating the healthy environment in your gut so that you're not producing more diseases, because over 70% of our immune system is in our gut. And the reason why I'm so excited that functional medicine is growing really fast and it's expanding is because functional medicine tells us that we are empowered. We have so much power over our health because we can choose the lifestyle we want to live, you know. Functional medicine looks at the food you eat, because functional medicine is all about food is the medicine. You know, because food can change the environment in your body. It's the medicine that you take 3 or more times a day. And if you make the right choices, then you can keep yourself healthy. And exercise is the same thing. Exercise is anti-inflammatory. No exercise is very inflammatory. So if you don't exercise on a daily basis, you are supporting inflammation. If you do exercise on a daily basis, you are fighting inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause also of every disease. So again, if you eat healthy, if you eat the foods that fight inflammation, then the chances are you're gonna have a really good immune system, strong immune system. So like I said, I'm on the ketogenic cleanse diet, and I have started 2 weeks ago. So far I have noticed that my skin is not as dry. I had a really dry skin before. I don't know what was going on. Towards the end I was getting really dry skin. I was getting really like itchy, you know. And I was like, what the hell is that? Like I use so much like oil instead of moisturizers. I use like avocado oil or algae oil. And I had to apply the oil on my body and my face like 3 times a day. It was crazy. So now that I'm on the ketogenic diet, it went back to normal, and my skin feels a lot better. I feel like my skin actually has moisture now naturally, and I also feel more flexible. I was feeling quite stiff, you know, and I didn't like that. It's like, what is going on? Okay, and no matter how much I stretched, it was just not getting any better. So I did notice on the ketogenic diet I am more flexible and I feel lighter. And also I'm becoming more taut. I like being taut. I don't like when I'm too soft. You know, it's not a good feeling for me. I like when my body is just really tight. Another thing that has changed is that I had really bad cravings. On the high carb diet, I get cravings and it's brutal, you know. I have a pretty good willpower, but using your willpower constantly just to fight cravings, it's exhausting, you know. So the ketogenic diet actually really helps to just kill the cravings. I don't have cravings. I don't feel like I need anything sweet or anything like that, and I have a horrible sweet tooth. On the ketogenic diet, it just kind of goes away and you feel in peace. You don't like constantly think about what should I eat, like to, you know, curb the cravings. So that's nice. And also your hunger kind of goes away. You don't feel hungry anymore, which is nice too. So I've been really enjoying it so far, and I'm trying to explore more of a plant-based approach to the ketogenic diet, because I do like the fact that I was eating less meat on the plant-based diet, or less animal products just in general. So I'm trying to figure out ways to eat, combine keto with plant-based, because that would be ideal for me. Then I would feel like I'm really kicking ass with the diet. I definitely want to talk more about holistic health in my future coffee talks, and how our mindset really can help with our overall well-being, and how we can attack the issues of anxiety and stress, because that really is something that is hindering our health. You know, if you want to be healthy, you have to attack it from every single angle. You're not just healthy diet and exercise, you have to really focus also on your mind and on your mental health, because like I said before, everything is connected with your body, and everything is gonna affect your health, your relationships, your work, your career, or your creativity, your fulfillment, your sense of fulfillment. So we should definitely talk about these things too, because it's gonna make a huge impact on your life. And this is also a reason why I started a new course to become a life coach, because life coaches can really help to get people on the right path with their life. Life coach is different than therapist. Therapist kind of cures people with therapy. Life coach, on the other hand, helps you to find ways how you can heal yourself. So I really want to share with you these techniques that I learned so that you can implement them into your day-to-day life, and so that together we can attack this horrible epidemic called anxiety. You know, did you know that every third person in America suffers from anxiety? I think that's just incredible number. That's like 1, 2, 3, you have anxiety. You know, it's like you're walking on the street, every third person that you see has an anxiety. It's a horrible number, so we should definitely do something about that. And you know, obviously I'm not an expert in life coaching yet, but that's where my heart is. That's where I'm putting my whole heart into. Because it's obvious now that diet and exercise by itself is not something that can help you to be happy and healthy. There is a missing piece, and the missing piece is your mindset. Your mindset you have to be in the right place with your mindset, and you can get yourself there. That's the amazing thing. Again, I love all these techniques that make you feel empowered. So this is why I'm taking the course. I want to explore it, and I really want to share it, because I feel that when we share these things with each other, and when we're able to fight anxieties, things like that, it's gonna benefit not just us, but everybody around us. We're gonna create society that is not so vicious and angry and miserable. We're gonna create a society that is actually happy and supportive and loving, and this is what it's all about. So if you're on the same page with me, then please leave me a comment below, ask any questions, and just let me know what you would like me to talk about in the next coffee talk. Now, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss any new coffee talks, and I will see you guys in the Z Gym with another workout. Ciao!